So somebody in my Twitch chat asked me this question, and it kind of inspired this video. He said, Enders, what are the top 5 things you would change in Battlefield 2042? And I didn't actually give him an answer. I just kind of said, like, I'll think about it. I'll make a YouTube video about it. And here we are. So I didn't really want to say, like, really obvious things like, oh, fix the performance, fix the mouse input, stuff like that. I kind of wanted to go into, like, my personal gripes with some of the designs and some of the functions of the game and some of the missing things and just some of the things the game really does need. And I tried to keep the list realistic, as in, like, the changes I'm asking for could realistically happen within, the future updates of the game. So without further ado, if you liked the video, hit the like button as it really does help the channel out. Make sure to hit the sub button and turn notifications on. Montage is coming pretty soon, edited by Mr. Sulajek himself, the best of the best, only for you guys. So when approaching this question of, like, top 5 things I would change or fix in Battlefield 2042, I kind of thought about things that may annoy me, but are not obviously annoying me. And they might sound weird, but an example of this would be I get really annoyed when I can't choose what specific squad I want to join. And I think a basic and, like, fundamental part of actually learning how to play Battlefield effectively and actually just playing Battlefield in general is being able to specifically choose what squad you want to join, because just basic efficient map rotation dictates that, okay, sometimes if you're not playing with your friends, right, sometimes your squad dies and you have to spawn at home base. Screw that. I'm going to switch squads and find a squad that is near the point. You really can't do that in this game because you can't really go through each squad and see what squad is closest to the point without having a bunch of random squad switches. So that's change number 1 I would make. I would return squad switching back to normality as it was in previous Battlefield games. And another thing that I would change that I think would benefit every single person that plays the game is whenever you're playing Battlefield 2042, there's a lot going on screen, right? You'll be running around, there's a lot of icons, there's a lot of marks going on. And typically in other Battlefield games, you could change the opacity of those icons when aiming down sights, which would obviously clear up a bunch of screen clutter. And in Battlefield 2042, you do not actually have minimap resizing or aiming down sights ADS opacity sliders. And I think getting rid of screen clutter is just great in general because you can really customize. It's the customizability I really want to change here, right? I want to be able to customize the game to how I want it to be, and you really can't do that as well as you could in previous Battlefield games, right? Like, you can't change your minimap size, you really can't change any of the ADS opacity stuff, and it doesn't sound like much, but when playing previous Battlefield games, which I actually did play a previous Battlefield game today, I will not disclose which one, but this game actually featured all of the things that I just mentioned, and it makes a absolutely gigantic difference. And I think it really just boils down to, you being in control. You get to be comfortable with the way you have it set up, and it's just to your liking. So, moving on to change number 3. This is kind of another squad thing. I would really like to see them implement 8-man squads into 128-player game modes. I think people really do play with their friends a lot in Battlefield, and I think if they're going to play the base game 128-player modes, I mean, you double the player count, just double the squad size too, right? Like, I think this would improve overall, like, enjoyability of the base game a little bit. I think it would make some people happy. Maybe it'd be a controversial change for a lot of people, but I think they should definitely make 128-player game modes have 8-man squads, and they should also keep the 64-player versions of it playable, but keep 4-man squads in the 64-player versions. I think the 128-player game modes, they're already chaotic, right? So just kind of embrace the fucking chaos and just double the squad size, in my opinion. I really do think that would enable people to play with the amount of friends that they might want to play with, and I think it might just benefit the game as a whole. And I have seen people suggest this on, Twitter and Reddit, and there's, of course, big threads and like, oh my god, no squads would ever get wiped. I don't know about that. I mean, Battlefield players are really, really good at dying, and honestly, the vehicles are effective enough to where I don't really think the 8-man squads would be that much of an issue. So I would like to see how that would play. As far as the 4th thing I would change, I would really like to see an overall, like, sped up / smoothed out weapon switch time, or like just get rid of some of the animations. If you ever use the M5, right, as soon as you spawn, he immediately goes to, like, look into the actual receiver of his weapon to see if there's a bullet in there. Like, I don't really understand the point of delaying my ability to shoot the gun when he should already have it, like, loaded and ready to go because it's a video game, right? So just kind of get rid of some of the unnecessary animations, speed up some of the weapon switch, and just overall ability for you to switch between things more fluidly. I find that the game really doesn't like a lot of inputs being input into it at once, right? It kind of feels like the game struggles to keep up sometimes. Like, okay, I want to switch to my weapon. Oh shit, I have to heal now. Okay, so switch to the heal. Oh my god, I have to switch back to the weapon. Oh, secondary, I'm out of ammo. So I feel like when you're going through that sequence, the game is very, very slow, and it doesn't take the input to stop switching to something else and switch to the thing that you just changed instantaneously. And I think that is a very overlooked problem with the game right now, and it would improve just the overall fluidity a lot. And last but not least, there has to be a lot of little small changes done to these specialists, and I'll give a few examples. So, when specialists were first announced, and I think when people first started playing the game, everyone kind of thought Pyke, the wall hack girl, right? Everyone thought Pyke would be like, oh my god, she's going to be so strong. Honestly, Boris is way stronger than Pyke. I'll tell you why. Boris's turret is essentially Pyke's wall hack ability, but you can place it in a specific area, and it's constantly scanning. But it can also kill people, because it's a sentry gun. And remember, when your sentry gun spots someone, it spots it with Pyke's wall hack ability from way farther away than Pyke can actually use her ability from. On top of that, you actually regenerate your Boris turret while your current Boris turret is already deployed. So I would like to see, you know, maybe a spotting reduction range on the turret, as well as get rid of the ability for you to regenerate it while your turret that is already alive is still alive. And maybe as sort of a blanket change, I would really like to see just the specialists kind of grouped into sort of a class system, right? For instance, have medic-oriented specialist be roped into a medic class, so to speak. So you have a class, and within that class, you can choose from, say, 2 of the medic specialists, like Falcon Angel, right? And with those sort of pseudo-classes, the gadget restrictions and all that come with it as well. And I think this might help sort of the balance of the game, because right now, if you want to play Angel, Angel technically has unlimited self-apply armor, unlimited ammo, and he can have a med pen, and he can switch loadouts whenever he wants. Angel, as it currently stands right now, is the strongest solo player character in the entire game. And I don't know, he can just do it all. Like, what is the point of there being a ammo crate when Angel's gadget can resupply armor, ammo, and he can select another gadget that can give him pretty much infinite health? You know, I just don't really see the point. So I think some grouped-in class system, so to speak, with some gadget restrictions, some overall changes to some of the specialists, would drastically help the game. That is a stretch, I will admit. I don't actually think they're going to do that, but maybe they will. Who knows? I mean, they changed the TTK in Battlefield 5 3 times. Remember that, guys? They changed the TTK 3 times, so anything's possible with these developers. Anyway, if you liked the video, hit the like button. It really does help the channel out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like more commentary / gameplay like this, hit the subscribe button and make sure to turn notifications on. You are not going to want to miss the montage that is coming up. And as always, shout out to my sponsor, Glitch Energy. They do great things for the Battlefield community, sponsoring people that maybe other companies would not. They really do try to help us out with giveaways and all that stuff. So I'll be giving away 3 tubs of Glitch Energy fairly soon here. Keep an eye on the YouTube community tab for that. And as always, link is in the description if you want to try some. There's a starter kit for 7 flavors and a shaker cup. Use my code to save yourself some money. I believe there should be a Glitchmas sale. See what I did there pretty soon? So use my code to save 25% off at checkout. I will see you guys in the next one. Happy holidays, guys.